Welcome back. Still under a red flag condition from Toyota Speedway at Irwindale. The Whelen All-American late model 75. Just past the halfway point on this race. They're still working on that 65 car of George Atkinson Jr. Trying to get access to him to get him out. You see the backboard, pink backboard that they're getting ready to help George Atkinson Jr. out. There you see Ricky James. He's out of his race car.
He is alert, and that's a good sign. So once again, the safety crews and the safety rules of NASCAR come into play. And right now, we're going to try to be silent on the PA so the paramedics and the fire rescue crew can actually hear what they're trying to
and before they move the 62, they're wanting to make sure that the 65 doesn't move. And so they've stopped pulling the cars out of that area until they can get George out of his race car. George out of Lancaster, California, driving the Atkinson and Associates race car.
NASCAR is always going to err on the side of caution.
Let's head back trackside to Jim Trado.
We're going to take a walk over to this special young man who likes to race his race car and probably didn't have any wrecks like this in a stock car before. And Ricky, I got to wonder. All right, we can't talk to Ricky because he has to be cleared medically, but we can see that the cars are now being loaded, so that's a good sign that they're going to get that cleared away. Okay.
Again, 5 cars involved up against the wall. A chain reaction took place. The 15 of Rob Johnson Jr. didn't have as good a restart as Huddleston did on the inside. And so a few cars were checking up back behind him. And then one got turned completely around and they started to collect on the inside of the racetrack.
As usual, it was about 6 or 8 cars back before the chain reaction really started.
So that is the 65 of George Atkinson Jr. that's up on the wall where all of the track officials and safety officials are working to get him out of that race car. There the hood goes flying off the 28s.
Relatively small piece of it will pick that up right away. But they are taking their time with George Atkinson, Lancaster, California driver. Been doing very, very well here.
And that's the hood that, well, came off when it was on the flatbed. It was actually on the back of the race car. I don't think it was tethered. The hood pins had to have been out. And again, waiting to move the 62 car of Darren Cheek.
So most of these bodies are fiberglass, so the hoods are just pinned front and back. They're not tethered like we see the Sprint Cup cars, or even actually the K&N Pro Series cars that we saw just a little while ago race.
Again, under a red flag condition, the cars are all stopped on the backstretch. It's been a long weekend. It started about 4 hours ago for today's event. The green flag flew for the Toyota All-Star Showdown, K&N Pro Series.
One of the first spins of the evening. There's Daryl Haar Right in front of our leaders, gets into the outside wall after a cut tire.
Brett Thompson goes spinning around as well. Creates a smoke screen. You will be able to get it back up and going the right direction. A great restart pretty much all evening long for Joey Logano.
Ultimately, that's what got the win for Joey Logano. The four, really, Sergio Pena had a better car, had some great racing side by side, very, very little contact the entire night between these two. Georgie Brunholzer, the third, gets in the corner a little bit too hot, gets into the outside wall.
At the first break, it was Joey Logano who was leading the field. Start of the second 100 lap segment.
David Gillen loses power, just about ready to take the restart.
Sergio Pena was able to figure out how to get by that 25 of Joey Logano.
Watch him just drive it in the corner here.
The one big accident that took place in the K&N Pro Series division had 4 cars caught up in that one, and the 05 spinning on the bottom of the racetrack. Then the 2 Napa cars, Paulie Haraka and Ryan Truex, make contact.
Now we have another restart here. It's going to be 3 wide. Sergio Pena from the lead. Matt Kobluk jumps down to the inside, makes it 3 wide for that lead.
We saw a lot of 2 and 3 wide racing over the entire 225 laps. The final segment started with Sergio Pena on the inside. He was your race leader, and then Joey Logano with another impressive restart was able to take over the top spot, and he was able to hold off any challengers.
Another incident, Jeff Barkshire, the 46, and Ryan Truex, the 00, get together, collects 2 or 3 other vehicles.
Candace Musney in the 62. The final restart, Joey Logano on the inside. Sergio on the outside wasn't able to get as clean a restart, and Joey Logano drives off to his second ever Toyota All-Star Showdown. What a great weekend for Max Siegel and his team. Joey Logano celebrated for the second time here at Irwindale. Sergio Pena and his father also excited about the performance that they put on.
I think we're going to remember this evening. I think obviously Joey Logano is going to go in the record books as a 2-time winner in the Toyota All-Star Showdown. But I think we're going to remember this night as when we discovered Sergio Pena.
The late model 75 got underway just over a half hour ago. Around goes the 4 of Sean Bennett. Close call. The car's avoiding him. Up into the wall. Avoiding contact was Glenn Cook in the 88, as well as that 42 of Larry Circantini. And then most recently, the chain reaction, the slow start on the outside line for the 15 of Rod Johnson Jr., and they collect behind him. So the red flag came out, and they are continuing to work on getting out George Atkinson Jr. from his number 65. We'll be back with more from Irwindale after this.